We will start with number 4, that is projection of solids. We have studied projection of points, lines and planes. Now we will see how the projection of solids is drawn. So first of all, let's see what is solids. So solids have three dimensions, that is length, breadth and thickness. So solid is a three-dimensional geometry. Likewise, plane is a two-dimensional geometry. Solids will have three dimensions. Here are some examples of solids, such as cylinder, cube, prism, cone, pyramids, etc. Solids are classified into two groups, polyhedra and solids of revolution. Polyhedra means when the solid is bounded by planes called as faces, then the solid is called as polyhedron. For example, you can see here it is a cube. Cube is a combination of various faces. So when a solid is bounded by various planes or faces, it is known as polyhedron. Second is solid of revolutions. Solids like cylinders, cone and spheres, which are generated by revolution of a rectangle, right angle triangle and semicircle about its sides. For example, here is a cylinder. Imagine that if here is a center line and here it is a rectangle. So if we revolve this rectangle at 360 degrees with respect to this axis, we will get a solid which is known as a cylinder. So there are two types, polyhedra and solids of revolution. Now we will have brief introduction of various types of solids. First is polyhedra. So polyhedra, as shown in figure, you can see that it consists of a base, it has an axis, it has faces and the topmost point is known as apex point. So you can see that ABC is the base of the polyhedra, whereas O and O1 is the axis of the polyhedra. This point O is known as the apex point. It consists of various faces such as ABC, ABO, it is a face, PCO, it is a face. Now while solving problems, the inclination will be drawn with respect to this axis and the conditions will be given in the problem, whether it is resting on edge of base. So we can say that AB is one of the edge of its base, BC is one of its edge of base and AC is one of its edge of base. So next is the cube. Cube, we can see that A1, B1, C1 and D1 is the base of the cube and OO1 is the axis of the cube. Similarly, cube is having faces such as AB, B1, A1, B1, C1, CB. So here we can say that A1, B1 is the edge of the base. So if we imagine, suppose this object is kept in HP and this is the direction of observer. So the front view here will be a square. Similarly, the top view here will be a square. Next are prisms. So depending upon the true shape, the prisms are classified as triangular, square, pentagonal and hexagonal. It depends upon the true shape. Here you can see that the base and top surface are similar. For example, in triangular prism, base is a triangle as well as the topmost surface is a triangle. Likewise, in all the prisms, base and top surfaces are common in shapes. So here we can see that each prism is having an axis and the base and top of each prism is having the same shape such as triangle, square, pentagon and hexagon. Now if we will observe the front view from this direction, we can see that in every prism it will be a rectangle, while the top view, that will depend upon the type of prism. For triangular prism, top view will be triangle. For square prism, top view will be square. For pentagon prism, top view will be pentagon. and for hexagonal prism top view will be hexagon. So it will depend upon the two shapes. Hence in prisms from this direction front view will be common, that is a rectangle, and top view will be depend upon its type. Next are pyramids. So if we compare prisms and pyramids, there is a similarity, that is the base of all the base of prism as well as pyramid is same. So for triangular prism base is triangle, for triangular pyramid base is triangle likewise. So it also depends upon its shape. If the base is triangle, it is known as triangular pyramid. If the base is square, it is square pyramid likewise. So if we consider this direction, from this direction the front view we will get a triangle. In all the cases it will be a triangle. Now if we observe the top view, it will depend upon its shape. So top view for pyramid will be a triangle, top view for square pyramid will be a square, top view for pentagonal pyramid will be a pentagon, and top view for hexagonal pyramid will be a hexagon. And each of the pyramid has an apex point, that is O point. Similarly, these are the axes of each of the pyramid. Next is solids of revolution. So if we consider, here is the axis, and if we rotate this rectangle at 360 degrees with respect to the axis, we will get a cylinder. So this surface is known as lateral surface and outermost edge is known as the generator. We can see that base we will get a circle, and at the center of cylinder there is a axis. So from this direction the front view will be a rectangle and top view will be a circle. Next is cone. Here if a right angle triangle is rotated at 360 degree about this axis, we will get a cone. So similarly in cone the base will be a circle, here there will be a apex point. So from this direction front view we will get a triangle and top view we will get a circle. So last is a sphere. If a semicircle is revolved at 360 degree about this axis, we will get a sphere. So here we conclude the projection of solids. Next we will solve various problems on projection of solids.